All right, here we go. Chelsea dropping points late in the match against Manchester United. Absolutely frustrating. Bang average Manchester United and Chelsea draw again for the 300th time in a row. So frustrating drawing to just this disgusting team of Manchester United who are not good. Lacking offensively again. That is the problem. So, as it stands, right? Let me get my fancy ass set together. 1-1 final score. Not good enough in any way from Chelsea. So bad in the first half that Potter had to make subs in the 30th minute, 35th minute. When did Kovacic come on? 36th minute. Kovacic came on. Don't really blame Cucurella for that. I blame going with the back three over the back four. I think a lot of what I said pre-match was spot on. Our midfield was miserable. Absolutely miserable. Kovacic came on, locked it up. It was good. We were just riding it out. I got bored in the second half. I think most of you did. All of a sudden, we get a little bit of a spark at the end with the penalty. I credit to J5. Ice cold, buries it. Does a really good job, buries it. Late in the match, we need the points. You always knew it. Of course we were going to go concede. What the? Why? Why? Bruno Fernandes, absolute, just pathetic. Pathetic. I don't know what else to say about him. Nobody outside of Manchester United thinks he's good. Anthony was pathetic. Martinez was pathetic. I hate playing United, especially when they're not good. And we've had the worst record against them. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? What you thinking in the chat? Apparently now there's footage of Kovacic running across the field in his underwear, so that's going well. Kovacic literally in his underwear and socks. What is happening? What in the world is happening? I got to sit here and listen to this bullshit NBC coverage about United and Casemiro and what a gift he is to the Premier League. Shut up. No one believes that. He came to United on massive wages, starting his retirement tour early. You know what I'm saying? Like, call it what it is. Call it what it is. So frustrating. Obviously, Potter's unbeaten run remains, but it's about the ugliest way for it to remain as possible. Drawing 1-1 to Manchester United. Do not care. So 47% possession. We only had 6 shots at home all game. They had 13 shots, 6 on target as well. That's just under 50%. We had a third of our shots on target. I mean, do we really feel like Aubameyang was going to score today? Unfortunately, no. Do we feel like Mount was going to provide the assist? We did. Sterling fumbling it a bit. Couple offsides there. 3-1 caution there. 4, 8 fouls conceded there. 10. So like the shots, that's the problem here, right? When we look at the stats. Over to Foot Mob. Jorginho, our best player because he scored. That's about the only reason he's going to get best player. Thought Mount was really good today. Thiago, very good as well. Trevoh Chalobah, really good as well. Ruben did fine. Obviously, the Cucurella experiment didn't work. Chilwell did fine in a back four. Aubameyang, I just don't think he got much. Aspie was okay. Losing Reece and Fofana, massive, massive hurt to the team. Casemiro, man of the match. Fuck, whatever. Like, it's recency bias. You score the goal. Luke Shaw with an 8.3. Like, come on. Come on. Oh, my gosh. Kovacic, Pulisic, Broja, Carney, Chukwuemeka all coming on as subs. I mean, maybe too late. You wait until the 74th minute to make second half subs. I mean, you definitely could have added a little bit of life in this game, but it seemed like Chelsea were okay to kind of let this one fizzle out. Kepa was taking his time picking up the ball. You got short people on the left side of the defense at the end of the game. They dump one in. They continued to dump him in, specifically to that side. Chilwell and company cannot deal with it, which is frustrating. They usually have XG. Give me the XG here. 1.07 to 0.85. So we out XG'd them. I mean, that first half to second half, that credit to Potter for making changes. I mean, that's a crazy difference. 0.10 to 0.97. I mean, talk about a tale of two halves. You know what we're missing in this team? A defensive midfielder. Jorginho ain't it. Ruben ain't it. We've got Zakaria, but apparently Potter doesn't trust him. So I don't know where to go with that. Like, it's a very obvious thing. The fact that Tuchel didn't identify defensive midfielder as a problem for this team blows my mind. I've been complaining about not having a good enough midfield for a season. I mean, Roman was around. I was still complaining. Look, it was a must not lose. We didn't lose. Whatever. Man, Kepa was so close to making that save. I feel bad for him. And I just don't want the... Fucking look at all these stupid draws against Manchester United. And then the losses. Frank was terrible against United. Can draw specialist. We can't talk about Kepa's height. Like, you can, but he did everything else right. We should have defended the header a lot better than we did. You know, the first half, Rashford, they had good pass. They sliced their defense. He came out and got big against Rashford. Then Rashford had the powerful shot to the far post. Made a good save there. At that point, Kovacic comes in. Cucurella goes off. Again, Cucurella is only a left wing back. Let's just be honest. Second half, it was good. Aubameyang got in, got past Varane. Varane went out injured because he lunged, because he mistimed it. He is in pain. That is not good for him, but it's also not our problem. We've all had injuries, so like everyone else, they can deal with it. You know, Trevo missing a header in the second half. And then you got to love McTominay coming on for Eriksen. You got to love McTominay coming on. Chile with the free kick just drags down Broja like an idiot. One of the few things Atwell gets right, absolutely gets right. I mean, McTominay just hugged him and drug him down. It was the easiest thing for Broja to go down. Easy. I honestly am surprised the referee got this. Like, surprised. McTominay's dumbass. J5 steps up, dude. Ice in his veins, buries this. It was a good pen. Sent De Gea the wrong way. Hit it with some pace. Rile up the home fans. You know, what is this, the 86th minute? 87th minute. Here we go. So we can't clear a ball. We put it back into the middle. They slot it out to the left. Luke Shaw whips one in. Chilwell. It's 2-on-1 against Chilwell. Let me show you guys. I have a freeze frame here coming up. 2-on-1 against Chilwell. Sec, I got to pause at the right spot. All right, here is the ball coming in. Let us all watch together, if it's even going to let me. Of course not. They've actually got some stills here. I will take a screenshot. 2-on-1. Just take my word for it. Take my word for it. 2-on-1 at the back post. Chilwell's supposed to defend it. It's not good enough. But who's he got with him? He's the left back. The next closest player to him is Kovacic. Kovacic isn't gonna defend. Silva sucked in. Yeah, McTominay and Casemiro hanging out at the back post. Always going to be a weakness. Kepa gets more than fingers to it. That's so unfortunate for him. Fuck. And they showed that goal line camera angle. Hey, you want a conspiracy theory? How about that? I don't know if that crossed the line. This bullshit graphics. Why do we lose to bad teams? This Casemiro freaking fan club nonsense. Trevo's still undefeated. Manchester United. Like, do you see the way they celebrated this? They celebrated this like they actually won something. That just shows you how small club mentality this team is. Celebrating at the final whistle like they actually won something. Pathetic. Just frustrating that we, as a big team, are not closing it out the way we need to. How does Tuchel not think that we need a holding midfielder in this team? That's like, how many transfer windows went by? We're sticking with J5 and Kova, and then you pray that N'Golo Kante stays healthy. Ain't going to happen. We all know that N'Golo Kante is not going to stay healthy. And now he's out for, 3 months? 4 months? He's out of contract. We got nothing. We had Zakaria on deadline day on loan, Zakaria. And now Potter doesn't even like him or trust him. Maybe he likes him. I mean, the only thing we had going for us was that J5 pen. Bruno Fernandes, post-match, complaining about the contact. How long has he been in the Premier League? How long has Bruno Fernandes been in the Premier League? And he's still soft as baby shit. Like, he's not. I mean, he's not good. Like, when's the last time anyone had him on a fantasy team? Look, I don't see your point about Mount. Mount was the most effective player in attack today. If you're comparing Mount to Sterling and Aubameyang, Mount outshowed them by a mile. I mean, this honestly, for me, it's not even close. Hey, Francis, I get Mendy saves it all day, but the point is, like, Kepa did nothing wrong up until that point. Like, he did everything right from possession. He did everything right from making saves. Like, that ball should have never been there. It's 2-on-1. McTominay and Casemiro are on him. Like, he shouldn't have 2-on-1 to deal with that. Defend, close out a game. I love that the United fans are in the chat now. We weren't gifted a goal. You guys are absolutely trash. Casemiro at the death. Pathetic. You guys celebrated like you won something. I mean, United, do something. You guys are absolutely just a waste of a club these days. Conference League, Europa League, you haven't done anything. Look, you guys can say what you want. There's the stats. I don't know why you want to single out Mount when the entire attack as a team, you only had 2 shots on goal. It's a bit sad you continue to go down that route over and over. I don't know what your agenda is, why you want to protect other people. I mean, if you're going to call out one attacker, you should probably call them all out, don't you think? The still needing goals. So if we look at recent results here, Obviously, the attack is always the last thing to click. We finally conceded after a long run of not conceding. I mean, if you look at the XG over the last few matches, it's just not there. I mean, think about Brentford. We got a gift against Villa and then a great free kick. Much more free-flowing against Milan, Wolves Milan. But, the team needs to do better in attack. XG in matches so far this season. This is where we've hit a slide the last two. Villa, we had a 1, but we know it got outplayed. Brentford, 0.7, and United, according to FootMob, we had a 0.97. What we talked about before was we need to be well over 1.5 a game. Closer to 2 is honestly what we need. XG, we are far too low in this table. Far too low on XG created this season. It's something that needs to change. Shot creating actions, not there today. I don't know what you guys want to talk about this. I am where I am. Jorginho goal, ice cold. The fact that we let United in when they had nothing going for them is so frustrating. Absolute mediocre of a club. They ran horribly. They got Ronaldo problems. Like they're lucky to be in the top 6. They're fighting for a Europa League spot. And just Chelsea, where we're at, it's not good enough. Like, we should be able to close this team out easy at home. Shouldn't have been an issue. So anyways, we're at 21 points. We're now 2 behind Spurs. Like we said, it was a must-not-lose match, which we did not. United in 5th on 20 points, keeping our +5 goal difference. Enjoy your +0 goal difference, United fans, in the chat. And we have to look ahead because the games are continuing to come super fast. Literally, the game's over. We already have to think about Salzburg ahead on Tuesday. Another must-not-lose game. Potter's going to have to continue to understand, learn about this team piece by piece, what's working, what's not working. In the last 2 matches, against Villa and against United today, he's made tactical setups, decisions that have not worked out, and he had to quickly change it. So he's going to have to continue to learn about these players. Kukure, I do not see as a left center back option. I'd be interested to talk to CFC Central, see what Sam says, but that experiment just does not seem to be working. Potter needs to continue to get more out of the attack. I think the service to the attackers is again the problem today, not the attackers themselves. You guys are missing the point. When you don't have any service into the attack, what are they supposed to do? When you don't have anything going forward, how are you supposed to score goals? We had 2 big chances there. 1. I mean, you want to use that as a line? So, I mean, they need service. The midfield, by large, is Chelsea's biggest weakness. It's the problem. Bantu asking, what do you think the team is missing in terms of going forward? I feel like we become reliant on Reece James in that area. Well, look, our wingbacks usually are an ability for us to create overloads and get forward. I would agree with you. Not having Reece James, a world-class player, is always going to hurt you. Not having N'Golo Kante, a world-class player, is always going to hurt you. So I think our biggest problem continues to be our offense. Just Kovacic is not known for long passes forward. Now is he? So I don't know where the service is going to come from in that sense. Again, Kovacic running around in his underwear is interesting to me. You're going to have to get over there and vote for man of the match. I have no idea where this is coming from. I'm going to put this in the chat. Good luck with that one. I do not have a clue. 3-word match reviews back. 172 already. You better have something good for this one. There's that many answers. It's going to be hard to make the podcast. All right, Carney Chuck Wakeman. I hear you, Chelsea FCRK. I hear you. I like Carney. I like what he brings to the table. I like what he's shown. He's working hard. Correct? Correct. But he's not polished. He's getting his chances. Pulisic came on. Pulisic was bright. Created opportunities. But we're doing that late in the game, not in the beginning of the game. We have to be able to attack and break down teams for 70 minutes, not just the last 20. You know, we have to be able to take teams on like Manchester United and not have to change our formation, change our personnel, and then get back into the game. That's not where we need to be. Connor's obviously battling with illness. I can't imagine he's going to just jump in right away and play all those minutes. You know, we had a strong enough team. We had a strong enough team to beat this United team. By the way, this was a bad day out for Chelsea. This is about as good of a day out for United as it gets. So if you want to compare levels of Chelsea United, that's the difference. We're disappointed we didn't beat an average United team. United are absolutely thrilled they scored a stoppage time equalizer. Like, that's the differences between the two teams. Listening to Potter's post-match quotes. They did enough to win, put ourselves in position to win, but we got what we got. Said we didn't have control in the game in the beginning. That's why Kovacic came on. They wanted to press more. You can't argue with the change. Dominated United after that. United had 0.15 XG in the second half. That is abysmal. Ten Hag doesn't have anything to say either. He's complaining about the fourth game in 10 days. Welcome to being a big club, Erik Ten Hag. He says it's a really big result for them. Bang average. Anyways, that just tells you where United are at as well. Chelsea fans should all be disappointed. We should be absolutely disappointed that this was the result that we had at the end of the day. United not really doing much of anything until the last. They had a couple chances in the first half. Other than that, they didn't do anything until stoppage time. Chelsea, we had so much time to just go and put them to the sword. We didn't. Got the penalty. Gift or no gift, buried it. McTominay's dumb. That's their problem, not ours. And then just to leave 2-on-1 at the back post with Chilwell. Everyone ran out, didn't check over their back shoulder. It was just too easy at the end. We should be super frustrated we let a team like that back into it after everything we did. Look, I've been saying it. Check my personal Twitter handle. We need passes. We need passers in the midfield. We don't need dribblers. We don't need lateral passes. We need vertical passes that are accurate into space that release that release our players into attacking places. Yeah, whatever. We don't need to. That's amazing. Roy Keane's still going on about Ronaldo. That's how great your club is going. Graham Potter says we could have attacked more than we did. Again, that is his new problem. His new problem is he has to figure out how we score goals in this one. That's 1 goal in 2 games against Brentford and United. Should have been 3-4 goals between those two easily. I like how the problem is the conversation is still about Ronaldo after this one. The media is always going to look at the ugly red team from Manchester, but if I'm being quite honest with you, I could care less. I mean, they're a Europa League team fighting with the likes of Newcastle, Brighton, Fulham. I mean, that's where you belong. All right, friend of the pod, Naz, with some player ratings. Don't always agree with them, so we'll see how this goes. Love him, though. Kepa's an 8. I give that to him. I think Kepa did quite well today. Trevoh was a 7. That's above average. I would give him that as well. Thiago, I mean, he didn't hurt us, right? Okay. Kukurea 4. I would say more the system let him down rather than him personally. Aspie, not great. If Aspie gets a 6, Silva should be higher than Aspie. That's all I would say. Ruben was a 6. I would also say Ruben was better than Aspie. Jorginho an 8, only because he scored. I think everybody expected him to come off in the first half. Chilwell 6, again, better than Aspie. Mount 6, better than Aspie. Mount was at least a 7. Aubameyang was a 7. Again, if you take out the fact that there was no service for these attackers, then sure, this is probably where they're at. Obviously, a Manchester United fan has no love for Raheem Sterling. Kovacic was a 7. Pulisic was a 6. Carney was a 6. Broya was a 7. Yeah, I don't know, Naz. That's tough. It's a tough game to have to give out ratings. That is for sure. Here it is from Sam. A point is a fair reflection, but we won't be an elite side until we learn to shut these games out. Potter needs to make some glaringly obvious but difficult calls at this point. Our midfield is hanging on by the strength of Kovacic's ankle ligaments, and that's saying something because he hasn't even been good. We were lucky to escape crosses into the box versus Villa and Brentford, but this is a genuine weakness I've highlighted since the game versus Tottenham. Intensely frustrating, but hopefully Potter picks up a hungry side versus Salzburg to seal the deal onwards. But I mean, where do you go the midfield? There are no options regularly. Like, is Connor really the right option? Not every single game, he's not. We're gonna have to sort some things out, but there is no time. Again, it is Saturday. We have drawn a mid-table team in Manchester. And now we have to turn on and go to the Champions League and play RB Salzburg away. Anyways, be frustrated, be upset. United should have never drawn this team. They are not a good team. You can see the Twitter deck already stacking the love for them. Pathetic. We will be back, though, with a full match recap on Monday, as usual. If you want to hang out with Chelsea fans until then, our Discord is the place to be. Link in the description below. Join our Patreon page. Access to the Discord. I'm going to need the rest of the day to cool off. With results going our way earlier in the day, we were not able to capitalize. It was a must not lose, and we did not lose. But after Liverpool losing, Manchester United beating Spurs midweek, that would have been a great time to go level on points with Spurs, but fell short. Stoppage time. I'm out. Hope you enjoyed the stream because the match was not what we wanted. Anyways, I appreciate you Chelsea fans, Manchester United fans. I appreciate your salty tears as well. Enjoy celebrating with the champagne on the way home to Manchester because you got a point. Quite pathetic of a club with your stature, but hey, we need teams like you out there. We appreciate you. Being the underdog story, coming back, fighting for a point on the road. You guys got to be so proud. We are proud of you. But anyways, Chelsea fans, let's go hunting for trophies. Playing in the Champions League. Bigger ambitions. I'm out. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll be back with the pod on Monday morning, covering it all. See you guys.